Bust down rolling for the hell of it. It's my time to shine, spotlights is my element. Fuck a plain Jane, don't insult my intelligence. I don't plan on selling it, so I don't see the relevance. You niggas having pawn shop nightmares. I'm light years ahead of niggas, even on a light year. Dom Perignon stain the laces of my night ears. Born poor, but I'ma die rich, nigga, life's fair.
Don't you want a Benz?
Who?
You.
Eventually, yeah, but if my quality of life doesn't change whether or not I have a Benz, that shit ain't no priority.
I don't know if you're the person to make that argument because your music quality is never dropped.
I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about them other niggas.
That took no time at all.
I've been holding that one there for a while. I've been holding that one.
Streaming though, I call it, and it's not personal anything, it's just a thing I call it. It's like the Drake Kanye effect, right? A lot of people act like they hate Ye or hate Drake or whatever, this or that. But when they drop an album, no matter if you like him or hate him, you press play because you're interested. So a lot of the numbers on streaming services are off curiosity and social media talk. So people, you might not, all right, so back in the day, let's say you don't like MC so-and-so and they drop an album. You're not going to Best Buy and buying that album. But if you don't like so-and-so and you got Spotify in your hand, you're like, I wonder what that song with
just one
him
click.
and whatever. You press play, and at least 25% of the streams out there, at least, are off curiosity. And you got people who literally don't like artists or do like artists or whatever. They're not even clicking the shit they like because they know what to expect from a Bun album. But they're gonna click Drake because they're like, oh, he got a song with some dude from London. They click it and it goes on, and it got nothing to do with the artist. It just has to do with that curiosity and the hype on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. It's like, nah, I'm curious. Right now, if a basketball player put out an album, he might get some streams just because people are curious, not because people want to go put their $10 in their pocket. They're just curious, and a lot of streams come from that. It's an effect that didn't exist.
I think that accessibility has a lot to play in the quality of the music. I think now, since you have it in your phone, you don't have to wait online. You don't have to be online for hours when an album drops. You don't have to go to different stores because they sold out over here. You don't have to do that anymore. It's just one click. You're scrolling all day. What are you seeing? What's on your timeline? What's the most popular thing? That's what's going to be in your mind.
Your day. You don't have to go to you don't have to like plan in your head. I'm going to get this today.
I don't think it's the quality of music. I think the introverted artist is in trouble. Because now you gotta excite people. You gotta keep people's attention.
There has to be a social. There has to be a social aspect of what you're doing.
So if you just make great music, but you don't really talk like that.
But that's always been a problem. You've never been able to be a fully introverted artist and be as successful as
Who is Nas?
No.
Who is Nas?
No.
Who's Nas?
I offer a counter.
Nas has gotten away with that shit for 20 years.
I offer a counter to that because Scarface is one of the most mysterious artists that have ever existed, and he's considered one of our best. We still don't know a lot about Scarface as a person, just the music. He doesn't come out, he doesn't share much, he doesn't talk a lot, but he's still considered one of the best.
We're talking about different eras, clearly.
Not but Cole and Kendrick, they're like that.
You talking to a 50-year-old nigga. I don't know what you want me to talk. I don't know what perspective you expect me to have in this chair. I'm a 50-year-old nigga. I don't know how much 2020 shit I'm supposed to really have a voice to speak to in that shit.
Do you listen to today's music?
Yeah, of course.
And
everybody listens to today's music. Look, people aren't honest about. Everybody want to act like they got taste and they curate their playlist. That's bullshit. We like to believe that everybody has their own respective audience. All this shit got overlap. You know how many people listen to music that directly contrast each other? How many people have Queen Latifah and Sexy Red in the same phone? You know what I'm saying? Those things are supposed to be counter. The person that listens to this isn't even supposed to be able to relate to that. But there's more people like Sexy Red trying to be successful like her than there are people looking at, like, here's the thing, there's more lawyers, right, listening to Sexy Red than there are people like Sexy Red that do things that lawyers do. The lawyer's going to go and be professional and do all of this type of stuff and carry themselves with class and all that. And then when they go home and they take off the clothes or whatever, and they in the mirror, they ski ye. You motherfucking right.
I don't think it's that simple.
No, it is that simple. It is that simple. We are not as complicated as we like to believe we are.
When those lawyers is outside, they in the club. That's what they're gonna hit.
No, not in the club. At home.
At home.
At home. They would never carry themselves. Every woman twerks.
Yeah.
You just don't see every woman twerking.
That's
Every woman listens to dance music and shakes their ass in a place that they feel comfortable doing it.
Yep. That's what my daughter.
Every single woman does it. They all don't feel comfortable doing it in public in mixed company, half naked.
Right.
But I assure you that every woman listens to songs and feels just as sexy as Nicki Minaj when they listen to Nicki. And when Nicki's saying she doing, they doing it in them, they doing all that shit. We are not as complicated and complex as we like to let the world think we are. We about all that shit. It just don't work everywhere we move. So that's why the quality of music will not change, because way more people complain about shit because it sounds good. It sounds good.
You think they don't mean it?
No, absolutely not. How much of yourself do you really tell people about yourself until you're comfortable being fully honest? Most small talk is small talk. I'm not finna get deep with you unless we start talking politics or religion, right? Now that's something that's gonna strike a nerve in most people.
Which is why most people don't have politics or religion as a subject at the dinner table.
Absolutely. That way we can keep it very surface and superficial.
And have a good time.
Yes.
It's better guarantee that we'll...
The more you ask about me, the more you're gonna know about me, and I don't know if you even need to know that shit about me.
Oh, you preach it to the choir.
Like, that's just that simple. The more questions I ask you, even if you don't answer them, I'm learning more things about you. So let's talk about the next Marvel movie or some shit.
Iron Man 4.
I don't want to feel like I need everybody to know what they want to know about me. I offer what I feel like offering, my nigga.
And that's respectable. But we're entering the era of the Truma Show.
We've been there. We've been there.
Look, it's not that I'm saying I have anything to hide.
No,
I'm just not finna offer everything up. That's it.
No, my grandmother used to say it's not a secret. It's just not your business. I feel the exact same way. Like I'm not. Well, you keeping secrets. You have no need to know this information. Not to mention the fact there's certain questions I believe people ask that are only built to size you up. They're only really asking these questions to figure out how much respect they need to give you, which is why those are questions I steer away from. What school did you go to? What do you do? How old are you? Where, who's your wife? Who's this? Those are all I'm trying to figure out. If your job is better than my job, then I probably need to give
trying to figure out if your life is better than my life.
Because then I need to give you some. If you're younger than me, I could probably shit on you because you don't know as much as me. If you're older than me, well, I got to talk to you a little different because you probably know more than me, and I gotta approach these questions a little different. But most of those questions I feel just come out of respect. It's a matter of how much respect I need to give you. If I tell you I'm a consultant, and you tell me you're a doctor, I'm supposed to.
No, what kind of doctor are you? What's your practice? But then we start saying, where did you go to school at?
You could be a dumbass. You could be a dickhead. You could be a racist. You could be all kinds of wild shit with a long list of credentials, but here I am respecting it because the credentials matter more than the person.
Well, just because you're a doctor don't mean you're smart. Every class got a D
then
student.
That's
a fact.
Then there's
every class had a D student.
You could be dumb
especially
for a
what they
doctor.
teach in the medical school.
You could have
these
been
days.
you're a doctor by 70.1%. That was your shit. You barely made it as a doctor.
Just crept in by 1 point.
Bad 0.1.
Doctors ain't even doctors no more. They drug dealers.
And they want fame too. Like, I've never seen people make so much money feel the need to tell people, like, hey, can you help me tell people how rich I am, kind of a thing? Like these doctors, they want podcasts, they want YouTube channels, they want to rap.
Reality
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Because it's glamorous.
Attention is the new currency. Currency is not currency. Attention is the new currency. And I need attention for these things I'm doing. I can't just do them because you don't respect the job. You respect the fame. Fuck the job, it's the fame, which is why you get a celebrity barber, a celebrity chef, a celebrity this, a celebrity. You can have a celebrity accountant if they.
Hip hop is
more
supposed
people
to save you.
respect superficial shit rather than the real shit.
That's why attention is the new currency. Superficial. Like,
But that's on the surface. Like when you think about Griselda, and all these other artists who make hip hop music like you guys, right? There's still a plethora of fans and a demographic of people that want that music.
Absolutely.
Right? It's a big market out there. When we went to Paul Wall and Terminology shit, that shit was packed, right? Went to y'all shit, packed, right? And this is consistently. So it means that, like, regardless of how much the mass production of the cookie cutter artist is out there, there's still a core base.
It's because people are feeding for that hip hop feeling.
It's underserved.
But they're not going to take it from anybody. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's not that people don't want that music. Maybe they just don't want it from you. That's what artists gotta learn. Like, yo, I'm trying to do something different than what everybody else is doing. Yeah, but are you good at what you do? Or are you just different? Because that ain't enough, my nigga. Like, just because you don't want to do what everybody else is doing, give me a good reason to support you in that.
All eyes on me. Do you, cause I'm doing me. Still shine with no jewelry. I would rather have the unity. It's gonna be you if it's you and me. No tears in my mama eyes. Got a team full of ride-or-dies. Hail Mary, nigga, rock-a-bye. Rock-a-bye. All eyes on me. Made it out the hood, I'm so grateful. Never know what talent gonna take it. Jealous niggas never made a breakthrough. That's why they watch it so hateful. All eyes on me. They say the top is so lonely.